Hello, how's it going? Happy Thursday. So we gotta finish this one tonight. You finally got a notification. Woohoo! I was so productive today. I guess I'm having a productive week. Maybe that's what maybe that's what cold weather and snow does for me. I don't know. But not that I'm not productive, but I'm feeling more productive than normal. Thanks. When we were so rudely sorry for like the end of Tuesday's live. If it wasn't so close to midnight, I would have tried to come back on, but YouTube crashed. That's what happened. It wasn't me. I wound up getting a notification a little bit later on saying like, you know, YouTube crashed. Did you want to like report it or whatever? So must have been something weird that happened right at the end of the live. So I was still on. I could see your comments and everything. But you guys, I guess, couldn't see me, couldn't hear me. It felt like the TikTok Titanic all over again. I was like, guys, I'm here. But anyways, here we are again. Hello, welcome back. So we did most of this on Tuesday. And these hearts, they were kind of puffy. They obviously have dried down to like just like a sparkly at this point, but they are, yep. Yep, there is a rose set of tools available. All of the fancy dotting tools you'll see me use are from me. You can get them from my website. Yeah, it was like 5 minutes or so before midnight, and everything just kind of went nutso. I don't really know. Go back. But we're here now. Everything's all good. Hopefully it doesn't freeze and crash again like it did on Tuesday. I don't know. I mean, that was the first time it's happened on this platform, so I don't anticipate it doing it all the time, but you know. Hello. So, I wasn't gonna do more pots tonight after this one. However, I got a delivery early. It wasn't supposed to be here today, but it showed up today. So, we're just gonna hyperfixate for a little longer. But my flower pots that we'll be working on are a little smaller than this. We're just gonna kind of see how we like them. I did, although I worked a lot. Are you shocked? Because I'm not. I always work on my days off, but it feels a little less like I need to, you know? I just do what I want, get what I want to get done, and, you know, it is what it is. Hey, thank you. So I'm just adding a little bit of red glitter to some of these roses. I don't know, I think it helps. Yeah, it's a little nuts over there right now. Day off from you guys, I guess, right? Which that doesn't sound very nice, but that's basically what it is. I just don't go live. But I went to the at-home store to see if I could find more of these. There was one of these, that was it. They didn't have any of the other ones, which was kind of sad. So I didn't buy anything, but We're gonna add some pink glitter to these flowers. It'll dry down just a little bit darker. I know. I mean, obviously I'll still be going live as scheduled, but you know, if weird stuff starts to happen, we might find ourselves coming over here more often than we're used to. We'll at least start out over there, but you know, if we have to leave and come over here, we might have to do that. So this is it's fully ceramic, and it's got a terracotta paint on top. So for these ones, I don't seal the inside because I don't need to. It's not gonna like the water's not gonna leak through and mess up the paint. But that's actually one of the reasons why I typically don't paint regular flower pots unless they're ceramic, because that way I know that you know, the water's not gonna leach through the terracotta and ruin my painted design. For regular terracotta pots, that's why I do the resin and rocks and fake plant and stuff. Yeah, I made I made an Epic account just to have one, you know, kind of secure my username and whatever. But I'm not really trying to go to all the platforms that are popular right now, because you really don't know which one's going to catch on, right? And I'm not trying to learn a bunch of different platforms and catch up on a bunch of different platforms. Like, it's just, you know, I have TikTok, I have Facebook, I have like a couple Facebook groups, I've got this, you know, it's a lot. So but I did make an account and I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it. I tried scrolling on it the earlier today. I don't like it. It's got like a, and I'm sure maybe they'll fix it, but it's not as smooth of a transition to like the next video if you're just scrolling. Like, there's like a 1-2 second pause between videos, and that's a little annoying to me. But no, I did make an account over there, so if you have an account and you want to follow me, go ahead. But as of right now, I'm not really doing anything on there. I might post a video every once in a while, but that's definitely not a huge concern of mine at the moment. Oh, really? That's funny. Well, it must be because, like, well, I mean, I don't know who's on right now, but I feel like a lot of people are leaving TikTok or, you know, trying out the other platforms because TikTok sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. We love TikTok. TikTok has given me a lot, but they're pissing me off right now. So, but no, yeah, so I go live on here every Tuesday and Thursday night from 9:30 to midnight. That's at least my current schedule. So since it's Thursday, I'm over here instead of TikTok. I mean, I believe it. I bet those creators are, you know, they're used to making decent money from the app, and now they're not, you know. Hey, I get it, you know. The views have gone down. They're feeling like they're getting censored. Like, there's a lot of changes happening real fast. I'm trying to stay a little fluid and, you know, not let it upset me too much. Good. How are you? But yeah, it's just one of those new platforms that who really knows if it's gonna be, you know, that place. Because remember when like the ban happened and a lot of people like made a Red Note account, which is like Chinese version of like TikTok, Pinterest kind of. I never did that, but everybody was over there for a couple weeks, and then, you know, they kind of lost momentum. So I'm not just kind of keeping an eye on what people are doing and where they're going, but there doesn't really seem to be like a full, like, hey, everybody's going to this app, you know, like there's a couple names that are being thrown out and about, and I'm just like, well, you know, I'm already trying to work on, you know, YouTube and Facebook and like those established platforms. Like I'm just putting a little more effort into those for now. And let the pieces kind of fall where they may. I'm just going over these leaves with hologram. It doesn't need to be perfect because it's going to dry glittery and stuff anyways, but how's it going? Happy Thursday. Aren't they? I thought it would be fun to add the hearts to this. I was just trying something else. Oh boy. Yeah, that's alright. I mean, it's not alright, but I'm dealing with it. I'm trying to not let it upset me too much because I'll get in one of those slumps. You know what's kind of screwed up though? Is that Scott's ex-wife texted him a screenshot and said, I literally thought I was watching Jenna. She goes, it's not Jenna, but it sure does look like her. What the hell? So someone who doesn't watch me, who has like, you know, really no interest in me, right? Because I'm not the new woman, but I'm the replacement. Well, that sounds bad, but you know, I am the new woman. But anyways, even his ex was like, what the hell? I agree. I said that the other day. I said her art is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. I just wish that she, you know, kind of presented herself a little differently. That's all. Because, you know, I really worked really, really hard to kind of establish like a look for, you know, my live setting and the way I do my art. So. And, you know, part of me is like, well, maybe she doesn't even realize it, right? And it's just uncomfortable for me. Like, I'm not addressing it, and I don't want you guys to address it either. If it comes up between me and her, great. If not, you know, I'm just gonna kind of keep on keeping on. My thing is that the ones that, like, I mean, you guys can obviously tell us apart eventually, right? So that's kind of all that matters, I guess. Okay, just a little bit more, and then we're done with this. Maybe some gold. I also thought it was me. I thought I was watching one of my videos. And then I was like, oh shit, this is alive. This is not, this is not me. Yeah, she was a pretty active member of the Dot fam. In fact, she also is part of my subscription group. She's someone that I kind of, I don't want to say I took her under my wing, but I definitely kind of like did some extra things for her to get her started. And you know, so it's possible that like she's just, you know, I've got to really like, you know, she was just influenced by me. That happens. You know, but I don't know. Something about it's kind of rubbing me the wrong way, and I'm trying not to, you know, be dramatic about it, but my feelings are a little bit hurt, that's for sure. I've been through it before. It didn't end well, so I'm just trying to ignore it as much as possible. Well, listen, the last time I did that, it really, like, put some, like, not so great fire under towards me, and I don't want to deal with it. It feels like drama. Oh, shit. Did we not finish? Oh, we didn't finish the red dots. We should do that. I forgot. Thank you. Well, hey, listen. You guys know. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that people who maybe don't watch me as much might be getting a little, I don't want to say fooled, but, you know, they might think they're watching me when they're not, kind of thing, and that kind of sucks. But at least you guys know. And even if you get, like, fooled for a second, you'll figure it out of it, like, you know, pretty quickly, I think. Yeah. Yeah, which again, you never had to keep an eye on her, and honestly, that in my mind is kind of over with. Like, I'm not even, that's been a couple years. I'm not even really worried about it anymore. It's all right. Yeah, no, I know. We had a conversation about something. I asked her not to do a certain couple things on her live. One, because some of it was VIP, and two, it was like my exact pattern, and I was like, you know, that's not something I taught. That's not something that I want to be shown on live unless it's by me. Can you please not do it? And she was like, yeah. But I don't own pots. And I think it would be a little weird for me to be like, hey, you tricked me. I thought I was watching myself. Like, stop that. Like, I don't know. I think that's a little weird. So I'm just kind of, I'm just grumbling about it. Gone are the days, I guess, where I can, you know, be 100%, what's the word? My art's going to influence you guys no matter what. That's just how it is these days. So, you know, I know that someone eventually at some point or another is going to want to go live and do their thing. And if they've, you know, spent enough time watching me, then of course, you know, my style and the things that I do is going to be influenced, you know, in theirs. Some people are just a little bit better at, like, finding their own way than others, and that, you know, that's not going to change. Yeah. So, I mean, over the last few years, I've been trying really hard just not to get super upset. This kind of stuff used to really, 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 really bother me. And it bothers me sometimes more than others, but more so than not. Instead of getting mad, my feelings get hurt. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's doing it intentionally. Because like I said, like, her and I, like, you know, I've talked to her personally a few times. Not just like, you know, hey, don't do this, but also like actually like had conversations with her, helped her out, you know, things like that. So like I know that at least at one point she was really kind of looking up to like me and my art and the way that I do things. But you know, I try and give the benefit of the doubt even if it bothers me. But one of the things that, you know, has kind of made me a little bit more comfy when things like this happen is like, it's a lot harder than it looks. You know, I didn't just pull out however many people out of my butt. You know, it happened over time with really, really hard work and, you know, cultivating a community and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's not just a, hey, I do this and I'm going to get this many views and I'm going to sell all, like, that's not how it works. People, they figure it out eventually. But no, I really am trying to, like, stay positive about it and, you know, kind of, I mean, I want you guys to let her do her thing, you know. I don't want to, like, you know, step on her, and I don't want you guys to, and, I mean, you know. Yeah, I mean, the majority of her stuff is definitely hers. Like, I wouldn't say that, you know, she's straight up stealing my designs, because for the most part, she's not. And the one thing I did see, I asked her not to. So, like, her art designs are very much hers. It's just the way that she's kind of presenting herself just is a little uncomfy for me. Yeah, this is from the at-home store. This was from last year. So you might find a couple floating around at, you know, a couple different stores. I would say it's best to look online, and set your location to, like, the store that you'd be going to. But it's not always correct, because my store said it had, like, a bunch, and when I went yesterday, there was only one of, like, this, and it said it had the other, it said that it had the I Wet My Plants, and they absolutely did not. So, you know, it's one of those things you might just have to walk in and look for and see if they have some. They might be bringing them back this year, or whatever they have is just leftovers from last year. I really don't know. But yeah. This was definitely one of my really good finds that I'm kind of sad that I can't regularly get anymore. How's it going? Her stuff is very pretty. I wouldn't say it's not quality, because I think her stuff is very pretty. But you can, I mean, there are some pretty distinct differences in the lives besides, like, viewership. I know, I know I paint fast. I feel like I'm one of the fastest painters out there in terms of, like, lives. Like, I don't know, is it just me? And this is just in general. Like, I can't sit on many dot lives for very long. Like, I will scroll in and hang out for a little bit, but, like, if I'm just trying to sit there and watch, like, a lot of the times I can't, because I'm like, it's too slow for me, and it, like, gives me anxiety almost. So there's Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods, and then Home Sense. At Home is a completely different company. Well, I mean, it's been about 5 years, so I feel like that's to be expected. All right, let's try something kind of new but not new. I need a little paint palette. Yeah. So this actually, it's not vinyl. I think you probably could, like, do some vinyl, but usually when I cut, like, small things like this in vinyl, I usually can't get a good application. I got some UV DTFs made last year. So I have the clear sticker part still on them, because it does, I do have to go over it with some rubbing alcohol to get some of the sticky off. And so, like, while I'm painting it, I don't want my fingers to stick to it. So I will peel off this clear part eventually, but for now we're gonna leave it on. What crates? So yeah, I painted these myself, or made these myself. I made these myself. Aren't they cute? I'm gonna gatekeep these a little bit. One of the only things I'm gatekeeping, just at least for now. I could only find one listing, and I don't want them to sell out. Sorry. So, but I am on the lookout for more. But man, is it really freaking hard to find like glazed terracotta pots. It's so freaking hard. Oh, cute. I don't even know if I know what you're talking about though. Glazed milk crates. This one we're gonna do like daisies, all daisies. So they'll be all white. I did, but I couldn't respond to you for some reason on my phone, and then I haven't been on my computer yet. So I marked it as unread so that I didn't like forget to respond. But if you want, you can say something about it in here. Did you by chance, I guess my only thing is I think you should check the quality of the paint first before you go trying to sell off your extras, just in case, because you know sometimes they're not the best quality. Ooh, a plant stand. Nice. Huh. I bet it looks cute though. You're welcome. You're welcome. I wish I was. I just can't keep freaking plants alive to save my life. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Because, like, well, the reason I'm saying that is, like, I know, like, you know, sometimes you don't want to open paint if you're not, you know, using it right away. But I think in this case, like, you definitely should, just to double check. I'm afraid I have 6 colors coming. And I'm afraid, oh shit, we'll fix that. I'm afraid they're going to be frozen because my order has been in Pittsburgh for the last like 2 or 3 days, and I actually should have gotten them the other day. And they keep delaying it because of the weather, which I don't know, maybe it's just because the roads might not be fully clear, and maybe now like the mail is behind a little bit. But I got mail early on Tuesday. Like, I usually get my mail around lunchtime, noon, 1 o'clock. And when I, like, woke up and was kind of just starting to start my day, I heard someone knock at the door. And then I heard the little, like, beep from the mail thing. And so I was like, mail already? So I got mail on Tuesday, but I didn't get mail on Monday, didn't get mail on Wednesday, didn't get mail today. And I'm like, because I'm waiting for stuff, you know what I mean? Aren't they cute? Those decals are so freaking adorable. So I'm trying to figure out, since these rooms are smaller, I have to figure out the layout of the flowers. So I'm just kind of going back in. Yay! Which ones did you get? Oh, you mean just because like mail is like super slow right now? Yeah, it's actually live. It's not a replay. We are live, hanging out. When? Well, so I'm giving you guys a handful of days to order it. The UVDTF doesn't need to be like to you guys until the end of February, basically, like the last tutorial. So because I decided to get it posted early, I'm still gonna leave it up for a little bit at the beginning of, like, you know, February. So maybe I'll give you guys till like Wednesday to get your orders in with the UVDTF so I can get the order placed maybe. Because obviously I need to do it soon. Yeah, it's pretty, like, there are some parking lots and stuff that are still pretty crazy, but for the most part, the roads are pretty good. I mean, there's snow piles everywhere, but definitely drivable now. You can definitely tell that more people are starting to get out and about and start getting their life back to normal. I know, there's like a storm coming that's going to really influence the weather along like the East Coast, I saw, which it doesn't really look like it's going to really do too much for us here up in PA, but for you guys all along the coast and like Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, things like that, maybe up a little bit too. Supposed to get some more snow. So, but yeah, I guess that was the rumor of what I heard was happening, and now I see that it's not really coming my way, which, you know, thankfully, because I got stuff I gotta do, and this weather is really just cramping my style. It's still gonna be cold as hell, but yeah. But we're not supposed to get the snow that they're saying that, you know, some of the states are gonna be getting soon. My sister, she said that, like, her school's canceled for the rest of the week, basically. But yeah, there's some pretty mean snow piles, like, way taller than me. It's insane. We went to Target today, and I was like, damn. These are some big snow piles. The little, which one? So, oop, that's the wrong side. I have some UVDTF pre-orders posted for VIP for next month. We're doing a stash jar for week 4, I believe. And so I posted a pre-order for decals for that. And I also added in, you know, some just random ones that you guys might like just to have for like some of your own projects, or I have some ideas in mind for like April, so like maybe some of those I might be using, and I just don't know. But yeah, so I was gonna wait until the 1st, but then I was like, well, let me just kind of get some thoughts going in your guys' mind for, you know, the projects, even though I'm not posting like all the project info yet. I started making a list in my phone of all the colors I have so that I don't forget while I'm looking around for new colors. I'll probably place the order on Wednesday, so give you guys like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday with the project, like the full project info, and then get the order placed on Wednesday so that I get it, you know, in a week or so after I order, and then can get it out to you guys. Oh no, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I wonder what I'll have to ask my sister. I should see her tomorrow. I'll have to ask her if her school district has, like, you know, if they're already taking away some of the breaks or not. Because I do feel like the whole week gone. I mean, I know, like, going back to school for one day seems a little ridiculous, but yeah, I mean, I'll try. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping the pigments start coming my way soon. It's taking a little bit longer to ship than my little sample, but that's probably because I ordered way more. So hopefully I get it in a couple weeks, but you know, they still haven't shipped just because the order was so big, so I'm not, you know, super worried about it. I mean, it's annoying because it's a pre-order, but like, I'm not surprised. I know. Yeah, I was pretty productive today. I was getting a lot of like VIP prep done. I don't know if you guys, those of you guys in VIP, you might have noticed that I was kind of putzing around and like reposting things and just kind of getting myself in order for Sunday. So Sunday morning obviously is the new month. So I have a big old checklist that I kind of go through whenever I get the new month stuff posted and take down the old months, you know, all that stuff. So I'm just trying to make it as easy for myself on Sunday as possible. So I was just kind of downloading videos and doing random stuff and just making sure that pretty much have everything lined up at least so I can just post it real fast on Sunday. Oh, well, that's annoying. Yay! That's a little win, huh? Good. Okay, where's my... Oh, here it is. Art Alchemy is a paint that I'm blaming Deb on. Deb totally influenced me on this paint. It's one of those... It's weird, though. It's weird for a couple reasons, because one... is expensive. Two, you can't get it everywhere. So like, you know, you find like a couple colors on one website, a couple colors on Amazon. Some of the colors don't exist anymore. But they come in little containers like this. There's some that are like metallic. So this kind of reminds me of the purple color shift, except it shifts a little bit more like a pinky purple than it does blue, you know? And then there's some that are like more sparkly metallic. But the consistency is a little odd. Sometimes they're pretty nice. Sometimes they're really thick. So I feel like the company kind of stopped selling them because like they didn't store very well. And when people were getting them, they were like really thick or all dried up. These ones have all been in good condition. Like they're brand new. But I do have to add a medium, like a flow medium to them to just thin them out a little bit. It's kind of been like a little, what's the word? Scavenger hunt to like, you know, find certain colors. Like obviously I don't want all of them. There's certain colors that I want, certain colors that I'll use a lot. But I'm slowly collecting. I mean, I haven't ordered any for a second because I'm still waiting for the 6 that I ordered previously to still come. But right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll have like 16 of them total. I can get more than that, but there's just colors that I'm like, meh, I don't really want those right now. Like just in general, or what brand, Gail? We could start there. Yeah, like some of them are really great. Some of them are a little thicker. I haven't come across, at least recently, any colors that are too thick, but I know it happens. So we'll see. I'm afraid that the ones that I are kind of like stuck right now in transit / like have been held up by weather, I'm afraid they're gonna like freeze. So does she want to put them outside, or are they more decorative inside stones? Because like I use mine would be like decorative paperweights. I wouldn't put them out in a garden or anything. Yeah, right, exactly. And I'm glad that you said something, because I was looking at the same person on eBay that you bought from. I had some stuff in my cart and I just decided not to buy from him just in case. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Part of me thinks like maybe he didn't believe you, and the other part was like maybe there's a way that he can get his money back from the company. I don't know. I know. I bet, I mean, I don't know how much he sells on eBay, but unfortunately, people ruin it for the people who actually, you know, are decent in life. Like you and I, and like, I would say the people in here, like if we tell someone that something broke or something isn't quality, like we're telling the truth. But I'm sure he's had his fair share of like scammers who are just trying to get their money back and keep the product, you know. Thank you. Gotcha. Well, so there is a spray coat that is UV resistant. So she wants something that's UV resistant. Krylon has a gloss spray that's UV resistant. And I used to use that as my varnish before I stopped because I don't have anywhere to put things that I use clear spray paint on, basically anywhere except in my apartment. Like I'll spray it outside, but then I have to bring it in and it like stinks everything up. So like if she has like a garage or someplace outside that she can let them dry, Krylon UV resistant clear like gloss coat is really nice. It's a spray. A lot of people I think use something similar to that, if not that exactly. I do, yep. Right now, the big ones are the only ones available, and my pretty pots, which are, they don't have, like, real plants in them. Like, they look like this. So, like, you can't pull these out or anything. They're just all, like, stuck. Since these are just terracotta, I don't want to risk getting this messed up with the water leaching through. So, I do, like, a resin and rock mixture and faux plants. So I have these and then these larger pots, but these are not up yet. So I don't know if you see like a little shopping cart or something, but I did post the pots on YouTube, but if you click on that, it'll take you to my entire website. So, you should be able to find them. What should we put? What color should we dot? Green? Poor Scott. He's just trying to get all of that stuff. I don't know if you hear him being all gross and coughing, but yay, thank you. The squatty pot. Yeah, it sold. I have a picture of it on my website though, but it sold. Turned out real cute. We'll do hologram because I think it'll be pretty. Yeah, it turned out cute. I wound up finishing it without you guys, and it sold pretty damn fast. Like so fast that I didn't have a chance to even like put it on my table so you guys could see it in the background while I was painting. So these dots will not stay white. They'll dry down clear and leave behind glitter. So just for an FYI for anyone who's new. Yeah, I know. He this is gross, but he sent me a picture today of like a tissue with like it looked like caramel, you know, like it was like that color, and I was like, I was not ready for it, you know. I just like opened up a text message and I was like, ugh, you know, I'm like, ew, like I don't need that picture. Yes. Pause on my story if someone remind me, because there was something funny I wanted to say about that. So, are your coasters wood? I don't recommend using UV resin on things like that because a few reasons. One, UV resin's expensive for how much you get, and a 2-part resin is cheaper. You get a higher a bigger quantity. And I don't use UV resin on wood because as it cures, I don't exactly know what happens, but basically what it looks like, which is probably what you mean when you say cloudy. It's like it's almost like when the UV resin cures over the wood, it's like pulling the air out of the wood, and it looks like it's got like little micro bubble cloudy condensation between the wood and the layer of resin. Is that what that looks like to you? Like it kind of looks like a condensation in a way, but like it's like so teeny tiny that it kind of goes cloudy. But anyway, so I Googled it. I put the picture and I put it in Google and I said, what does this mean if it looks like that? Because I just wanted to see. He has like a sinus infection, you know. And the response was that he was pregnant. And I was like, no, that's not, that's not it. But it kept saying like, this is very common in pregnancy. And I'm like, yeah, but he's not, he's a guy. So, so I responded back to him. I said, well, Google says you're pregnant. And he goes, yep, that checks out. And I said, yep. I know. I was like, I mean, I don't think so. But yeah, so UV resin, I really don't use UV resin on a whole ton of things because I just feel like sometimes when it's curing, if you cure it too quickly too, that can lead to the resin not looking super clear. So yeah. I would recommend doing a 2-part resin next time you do coasters. Like I know that you can't like cure it super fast and you've got to wait a little longer, but honestly, it works out best if you don't use UV resin on coasters. Also, because another reason I don't recommend UV resin on stuff like that is because your light is only penetrating through the top. It's not really fully curing the bottom. So you actually don't know if you're curing your coasters really, you know. It'll feel cured to the touch, but if you were to somehow pry off the layer of UV resin, I guarantee you it's still sticky on the bottom, which is not good. Oh, hi Jules. I guess was she in here? I guess I missed her. Right. I use triple thick usually because it's just a lot shinier, but you could put Duraclear on top of them, yeah. Oh, were you live? I didn't know you were live. I had a one-on-one earlier, so I've kind of just been... They shouldn't. I guess it depends on how, well, so resin's tricky, and it's one of those things that it's kind of like a learning process, but and it depends like brand to brand. I feel like not every brand is the same. But it's very imperative that when you do a 2-part resin that you're actually mixing it thoroughly and correctly, and that like you don't want to measure it by weight. Like you don't want to weigh out the 2 parts because that's not really that's not going to give you like the best ratio to mix. You want to measure equal parts, like use like a little cup that has a little measuring on it and pour equal amounts into each cup and then mix them. Also the temperature of like when you're curing it can affect how long it'll take. So like in the winter time, if you're somewhere where it's cooler, it might take a little bit longer to really reach a full cure. So if say you made those coasters for yourself and then a couple of days later you wanted to put a drink on it, it's possible that they weren't fully cured. But it shouldn't be tacky when you put a drink on them. Also, not every resin is like rated at certain like heat, which means like if you were to put like a hot coffee mug on a resin, some of them don't withstand heat very well. So like, yes, it could kind of soften the resin a little bit, and you would, you know, think it's a little bit sticky. But some resins are like rated at higher temperatures, which means like they can withstand like a hot coffee cup or stuff like that. But like every resin is different. I'm a huge fan of Resin Rockers. I used them before I became an affiliate, so like I don't just speak very highly of them because, you know, it benefits me. Like, it really doesn't really benefit me. I get a tiny commission whenever you guys order. It's really not anything that makes or breaks the bank. I truly like really love their resin. I think their quality is amazing. I think it's better than any resin out there on the market. It is a little expensive, but you're paying for like a higher quality item, which I think some things you just can't skimp on. In my mind, resin's one of them, and wood quality is one of them. And paint. Those are the things you don't want to skimp on. But I know resin's expensive. It can be a little intimidating to pay a little bit more for something when you're still like, you know, figuring things out. But you know, maybe I would say maybe try a different brand of resin and see how it is. I have heard of Epic, mostly because you guys have been talking about it. I made an account. I'm not really over there at all. I literally just made an account just to have an account. I'm not really interested in joining a new platform officially until I know for a fact that more people like are actually moving to it. Right now is one of those times where I say like don't even really think about it, because everybody's freaking out right now and they're all just like diving off to a new platform. And that's what happened the last time shit went down with TikTok, and guess what? Everybody went back to TikTok. They all went to Red Note or whatever it's called. They were there for a couple weeks and then came back. So I think it's hard enough to manage Facebook and TikTok and now YouTube and sometimes Instagram. I don't want to add another platform to the mix unless I'm actually truly leaving the platform. But at this point, I've literally only made an account. It seems okay. I know that you can go live pretty easily, but I don't know. One of the hardest parts as a live content creator is getting everybody to go to the platforms that I'm on, especially if you're, you know, used to seeing me on a platform. Like, let's use this for example. There's 127 of you watching. That's less than half of, well, that's about half-ish of what I'm used to seeing on TikTok. Like, the views are dramatically different because not everybody gets the memo, like, oh, hey, so-and-so's on this platform, or maybe not everybody has a YouTube, right? Not everybody's gonna have an Epic, so is it worth my time right now? I don't know. I'm starting soon, Deb. I was putting it off for some reasons, but I think I'm gonna start it up on Monday. All right, so we'll let that dry. Well, actually, I guess we can probably put the little top accents on those flowers, huh? I'm not sure. It's just a new platform that everybody started talking about. And, you know, everybody was trying to move to Clapper that one time. And then everybody eventually was like, oh, Clapper sucks. Like, you know, I scrolled around a little bit on Epic. There's a little bit of a lag between videos, and that bothers me a little bit. Yes, I love that I can speak freely on YouTube. And I'm sure I could speak freely on Epic and stuff too, but you know, I'm trying to stick to the platforms that I'm a little bit more situated with at the moment. Small changes are better than like a big change, I guess. So, I don't know. I really don't have the faith that Epic is gonna be the true next place, at least right now. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like there's been so many new platforms that are supposed to be just like TikTok and supposed to be better, and they don't last very long, you know. Like, think of like Skylight and I don't remember the other place. Like, yeah, there's still people over there, but I wouldn't consider those like a top social media platform at this point. Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah, they're probably really pushing their new platform. Hello, hello. Yeah, I mean, the reason that TikTok is my, I would say, main platform is because that was the platform that I grew the fastest on. And then, like, I've had a Facebook for a while. I just don't get the reach that I do on TikTok. Same thing with like Instagram, and YouTube is newest. Like, I've had a YouTube for a while, but I really haven't used it. We've been on YouTube consistently for 2 days a week for the last like month or two. So like it's starting to become more of like a reliable platform, I guess, in a way. Like I kind of reached that level on my account where like I pretty much have the same things available to you guys that I used to on TikTok. Like, you guys can, shop my website while I'm live and, basically do that kind of stuff. So like, honestly, like, I'm pretty content where I'm at here now. Would it be cool to get furtherly monetized? Yeah, but it's going to take a long time. But at least we kind of got the first little bit out of the way. I wouldn't say it's hard, but if you don't, so here's the thing. Most platforms aren't hard to go live on. It's, if you don't have the viewership, it's hard for you to be live. Because it's just like when you have only a couple people watching, or maybe you have a few people kind of like in and out, but like nobody's like talking because, that community isn't there. It can be a little hard to stay live because you have to kind of pick up the conversation and, all that kind of stuff. But that's how it is on every platform. You have to kind of grow a little, you got to grow your little community, got to nourish your little community, and then, things will kind of start to fall in place. Like when I first started on TikTok, I had, nobody in my lives. There were a few people, the OG dot fam. And then I had like 37 people for like a long time, and that was normal. And then one day, the summer of 2024, I think, I had like 500 to 700 people watching me, and that was crazy. And then TikTok changed some stuff, and now I'm down to like 250 people on average. But like it wasn't always that way for me, right? And now I would say I probably have about 150 people that will watch me wherever I'm at, which is cool. You don't really need that many people, but yep, Heather's one of them. Heather's one of the OGs. She was there when I was just little baby dot artist, little baby. Hi. I love this saying. I feel like I need to do, obviously, blues and stuff on this one, right? Thank you very much. I've got a pink opal ring on for Valentine's Day. All right. Should we do, I don't know. Let's do a couple different types of flowers on this one. It's like feeling cute. I might die. I don't know. I am being a little secretive about the little pots. I don't usually gatekeep. It's very rare for me, but in this case, I'm choosing to kind of keep them to myself for a little bit because they're hard to find and there's only one listing, and I don't want them to disappear because that's usually what happens for me. So I'm gonna keep it to myself for a little bit until I'm over it, and then I'll share it a little bit more. Oh, it's so fun. Oh, you just got to keep talking. If it helps you, and this is what I did when I first started, if you're finding it, if people are just watching and they're not really talking, obviously it's kind of awkward. Pretend that you're doing like a little tutorial. You know, kind of walk through what you're doing and why, you know, just to kind of give a little bit of a background, because people, you know, they want to learn. Not everybody wants to sit in a silent live. Like, I know I sure as hell don't. A silent live is like that's a killer live for me. Like I can't sit and watch those. So you want to try and like say something, or, you know, keep them interested. So if you don't really know what to say, then just pretend you're doing a tutorial. They don't. I actually got these UVD TFD decals made. This one says, feeling cute, might die later. Thank you. So I don't really tutorialize my lives like this, because I actually have a paid subscription tutorial group. So most of my lives these days are me just painting and having a conversation, because there is like one of my platforms that I will actually teach on, but it's a paid subscription group. So I try and kind of keep that stuff to that group so that they don't feel like they're, you know, paying for something that they could get from me elsewhere for free. No, I feel like, no, all my lights are on. I felt like it was a little dark in here too, and I don't really know why. No, I don't sell these stickers or these decals. Yeah, I thought it was too, and maybe it's just the angle because the pots are bigger. You know, and my camera angle is a little different, because like usually I'm like this, but I feel like that's like way too freaking close. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, I gotta dry this off. Hold on. Paper towel, paper towel, paper towel. With the larger pots, I definitely had to have my camera higher up, but I guess with these ones, since they're a little small, these ones are 4-inch. There's a shadow behind me. Yeah, I don't know. My lights are completely the same, and all the rest of the lights are on. I don't know. I feel like it's just a YouTube thing. Maybe Facebook too. It's the way my camera is set up. I can see the comments right in front of me. It's not. It's not lit. No, I was wondering what I was missing. Something felt different. It's my candle. I don't have my candle lit tonight. Well, we're gonna have to change that after these flowers. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, what do you guys think? And I gotta figure out how to do it. But what do you guys like? What do you guys think of like a year's worth of dot pattern book? Because that'll kind of be, or that might already be done at this point. I don't know. I was trying to think of a way to do like a spiral bound like pattern book. And like they'll be they're like a gray blue color. Obviously they'll be, if you're part of VIP, they're patterns that you already have. It wouldn't be any different. It would just be those. But like here, I'll show you. I have to put like the newer ones in. I haven't updated it for a while, but so like this was the very first pattern that I wrote for VIP. And these are how my patterns look. So it'll be like step by step, so on and so forth, front to back. This probably has through December of 2024. So I obviously have about another 12 patterns to add. So this binder's too small at this point. But basically it's every pattern that I write for VIP. But I don't know, I want it to be a little bit fancier than just like a binder. So like I was trying to think if maybe I could do like a spiral bound, you know, but it'll take me a sec. It'll take me a sec. Well, it is. Oh, I'm sitting on, hold on. Sitting on some. Yeah, these take me many, many hours to write. But I do one every month for VIP. So, you know, but oh, geez, there's another one. Here's the final. But yeah, so anyways. Right, that's true. But it would be like a year's worth, you know, like maybe like 12 months worth or something. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking. Hello. Or I could just print them out, get them printed out and put them in like page protectors and make a bind. I don't know. I'm trying not to like add a 10,000 things to my to-do list, but it is something I was thinking of. It would be. So on my website currently, I have patterns on my website, and basically they run about 2 months behind VIP. So, but you do have to pay for them. If you're not in VIP, you have to pay for them. But I do have a bunch of patterns already loaded to my website. Sorry, I'm just kind of going through what like flower tools, because this one might just be a bunch of little different flowers. I just haven't quite decided yet. Where are my 6-petal tools? So many tools, so many tools. What is this? There it is. I want a little bit larger. Let's use this one. No, they're glazed ceramic. I know, right? I know I do. We're gonna do... Oh God, I can't reach. Yeah, that's good enough. I know. I have one of those, are they inkjet printers? Where like, it's a little bit cheaper. I don't know, I'll have to look into it. I try. Whoops, stuck my fingers in white. Oh yeah. Well, isn't there like a machine that kind of, you can do it, right? Not a machine. I mean, like, I know you can, like, you can do it without having to send it off somewhere. I think the biggest hurdle for me would be trying to get all the pages printed for, you know, the least amount of money and the least amount of time. Like, I could definitely print them, but it would just take forever. Yeah, I know. Because that's, I mean, that's one of the reasons I haven't updated my listing for physical copies of the like mandala practice sheets and things, and Pot Perfect and things like that, because I haven't had time to print everything out and laminate everything. So I'm like, well, you guys just have to download it and print it yourself for right now anyways. But yeah, it is something I'm interested in. I don't know when, you know, but it is something I'm interested in. Thank you. Yeah, I know they do, but I think it's a little pricey, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. But they probably don't do it in color, do they? Oh, yeah, that's true. Something that they could just do on their own. Good night, Mary. Is this wet? Probably. I saw. Yeah, that might be a good thing, Paula. Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want to have to do it. But the other thing is that these patterns, they're, you know, they're all like a relatively like similar setup, but you know, they're kind of different at the same time. And I don't know if that's going to bug people, because I'm not trying to change, you know, the work that I've already done, right? The written pattern part, I'm not trying to change it. Right? Babe, I have a job for you. Bigger volumes, lower the price. That is true. That is true. Whenever I do multiple different flowers, it always throws me off. Oops, that's not the right color. Well, it's fine. Yeah, oh yeah, it would be so expensive to have FedEx do it. I want something a little more cost effective, I think. I don't know. I've just been kind of thinking about it. I think one of the reasons I haven't done it is because I know it's gonna probably be more of a headache than it's worth, especially because the majority of the people who probably would have bought it, they already have those patterns. So all the patterns would already be VIP. Like, I wouldn't be writing anything new. Not necessarily. Maybe I'd write one or two, but Yeah. But how many pages was that? Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Maybe it would be similar then. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I saw this video. I forget like who the creator was, but he was having a hard time because it was you know, around the time, or no, I think he was just talking about grief in general and how like there's no real specific like timeline. You know, like his mom or something she passed away a long time ago, and you know, most of the time he's fine, and then sometimes like maybe something will like remind him of her. It might not just be like an anniversary date, you know, it could just be like a smell or something. And like he was like, you know, too many people are like, oh, you know, it gets easier with time. He's like, it doesn't get easier with time. It just, you know, some days are just like harder than others. And that's probably very true. But I know like the anniversary, I don't want to call them anniversary, but you know, those days are definitely make everything feel worse. Yeah, you find a way to, you know, move on day to day, but like it doesn't get any easier, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. Listen, I really haven't had like a big passing in my life yet, and I am very prepared for that time. Well, I'm not prepared, but I'm like, you know, I think about it all the time. Right. Yeah. Right, exactly. You have to kind of focus on the things that, you know, make you smile in the moments that you're sad. Oh, yeah, no, I believe it. I believe it. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Big virtual hug for me and the Dot fam. I know it doesn't really help, but maybe we can help kind of get your mind off it for a little bit tonight. Mm-hmm. Aw. And you're like, you know, you wait for that text and it doesn't come. Yes. This pot's definitely throwing me off a little bit, not gonna lie. I'm not used to changing up the different flowers. Like I really like doing it with just the daisies or 10 petal flowers. And I mean, I was enjoying the roses in some of it too, but I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like it doesn't fit together as well when you do multiple different flowers. But I don't know. Looking at it from afar is actually like pretty. I know, I feel the same way. I definitely haven't grieved something, like she wasn't, I mean, she was like, she wasn't blood family, but she was pretty much family. I still haven't, I don't think, truly come to terms with it. And it's been 6-7 years at this point. It's different. Sometimes it just takes seeing what you can use it with to kind of be like, oh, maybe I will like it. Because I typically don't use the rose tool that often either. It's just not my preferred flower tool. But I've been really liking it for the few things I've been using it for recently. And I'm like, I even find myself being like, oh, why don't I use this tool more? Oh, I'm so sorry. It's like a little garden. I'm sorry. It's very different for me too. I think once we kind of start to get everything filled in. Oh, it doesn't show. I thought it showed comments. You just can't comment when you're on a TV. No problem. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks. I didn't paint much today. I mean, I got some stuff done. But for the most part, I was just kind of doing some like random stuff. Like I was working on the two things that I painted earlier. It was just, I was coloring in painting, you know, I was making those little ornaments. I did a couple gnomes. I don't have a pattern club yet. There's one pattern that gets made every month for VIP, and so as long as you're in VIP, you get one pattern a month. The longer you're in VIP, the more patterns you collect. But I have past patterns available for purchase on my website currently. Anything more than that is really just, I don't know if or when that's going to happen. Just a tissue. Aw. Yeah, it just comes in waves. Yay! Yeah, the little decals are super cute. Wait, what? Who's Camilla? Camilla? They kind of do. Yeah, I really love the 6-petal flowers too. They're some of my favorites. I really don't use them that often anymore, but I do love them a lot. Yeah. I added a couple more daisy options too, just in case someone didn't want a frog, you know. Oh, you mean like the tutorials? No, I don't write up the tutorials, or I don't type up the tutorials. I just like scribble them in a notebook. That would take way too much time, I think. So if you don't, well, yeah, the videos, once they expire, they get uploaded to here for a separate membership. But besides that, they're not going anywhere else. The only patterns available for sale are the written ones. So I heard like when I turned on the news earlier, they were talking about it. But they were like, "Yeah, we'll update you when we know more." And we weren't watching the news anymore, so I actually don't know what happened, if the person's alive. I don't know, but that's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's like it like went off the bridge or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I just had seen them talking about it briefly on the news. Some royal things going on, huh? Yeah, it happened today. Oh, well, something happened in Pennsylvania in the Mon River. Someone went into the river today in Pittsburgh. Oh, geez. Well, at least they got her out. That's scary. Do they know what happened? Like, did she have like a medical emergency or something? Oh, shit. You don't want to sell her jewelry. Did you guys know that I am very, 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 very distantly related to Princess Diana? But according to my padre, who's very into genealogy, she is in my family tree. Don't know the exact, obviously, relationship, but she is. I'm kind of royalty. So funny. One of my favorite Beanie Babies when I was younger was the Princess Diana one. The purple was the one like the purple bear, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're welcome. Aw, that's sad. Yeah, yeah, that was my favorite one. Let's see, let's see, let's see. It says feeling cute, might die later. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, make sure you keep them nice. I know, I got rid of like we got rid of all my Beanie Babies and all my Pokemon cards. My mom did. Now I'm like, damn it, I could be rich right now. Some of them. Although I feel like a lot of the prices that you see online are like just people thinking that they could be worth it, you know, and then say one person posts something for $700 and all of a sudden that's like the market value when it's like literally not worth that at all. Hey, 50 cents here, 50 cents there, it all adds up. Yeah, Beanie Babies are cute. The ones these days, I mean, they're not really even really Beanie Babies, but like whatever the new TY animals are just stupid looking. I don't know what color I want to do. Maybe hologram in between everything. I haven't decided yet. Oh man, I forgot about those. Might be collector's items somewhere for someone. Well, that's what I'm using right now on the leaves anyways. Can't go wrong with hologram. Oh ma'am, hologram's always awesome. That'll look good over this green too. Making a bad decision to dot out of my paint lid, but again, it's just hologram. It's okay if it doesn't go on perfectly because it's just gonna be sparkly in the end. By the way, this just kind of crossed my mind. I don't know why, but it did. For any of you guys who have placed a pre-order with me recently, I know I've had like 3 separate pre-orders. Thanks for trusting me. Because like I know it just one thing after another and I'm like, damn, that's a lot of pre-orders in a row. But thank you guys for trusting me and knowing that, you know, you will get your orders even if it's a pre-order and you don't like get them right away kind of thing. First it was merch, which everything got shipped out yesterday, so anybody who ordered merch, it's on its way. Then it was the pigments, and now for VIP it's the the tea cows. I don't know if you guys can see that. Isn't that pretty on that rose? That's true, I know. I know. I do. I am very trustworthy, but not everybody, you know. Someone messaged and they were like, "Hey, it didn't ship. I'm sorry. I've just been scammed before." And I was like, "You do not have to worry about that with me." Like, I know that's what scammers say too, but like, You do not have to, like, I get so paranoid when shipping, so like if you guys pay shipping, not everyone, but it happens sometimes. If I buy the shipping label and it's, you know, a few bucks cheaper for me, and you guys paid like $7 and I paid like $4.50, well, guess what? You're getting those couple dollars refunded back to you. Because I literally like am so paranoid, and like I just can't, I don't know. And I don't know any freaking business that does that, but I literally I like can't keep it. Sorry, that wasn't a little toot. That was me like drinking out of a can. I actually confused someone the other day because I combined her 2 orders, so I sent her a refund of like 5 something, and she thought that I canceled her order. So she repurchased it and then realized that it was on its way, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy." I know, but I was just like thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man, there's been a lot of pre-orders. What color do I want to do? I don't know. What? Just toss it out there. Oh my gosh. Can't believe they just leave it right on the side. Like, I mean, I could absolutely use hologram, but I don't know if I want to. I mean, hologram looks like this dried down. So, like, it's pretty. Like, it has that, like, bluish kind of shift to it. But while I'm thinking about it, hopefully I didn't fuck myself over. Please hold. My nail. Oh, no, and those can't get wet. I thought about it. Maybe one of the darker blue or the light blue extreme glitters. This was a bad idea. Okay. I was thinking about it, but I always do glitter dots, you know? You need Mr. Kitty's help with what? Is there a mouse? Is there a mousey? Ow. Come on. I have too much stuff in front of my extreme glitter. We'll do this one. Even though it's not going to look that blue, but we'll see how this one works. I think this one has more of like a not hologram shift. A little bit more like pinky, not pinky, I don't know. I think it'll shift a little bit cool. Thanks. Now these pots are requiring a little bit more effort than the other ones are, but I think they're cool. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like, do you guys see, like, it's kind of more of like a pinky rainbow shift than it is like blue-green. Might look interesting. Or you might not even notice a difference. Huh, I guess we'll see. Hello, hello. Oh no. Tub, there's someone who needs you to catch a mouse for them. I know, Tub's a real good mouse catcher. I mean, he's 2 for 2 in this apartment so far. Not that I have many mice in here, but anytime there has been, he has caught it pretty quickly. But he did drop a mouse in my bed years ago at my old place, and that really pissed me off because it was like 5 in the morning and I was getting ready for work. And I was like, what did you do? Man, that house was terrible. There were holes everywhere, I'm sure. Yep, I like was putting makeup on because at that point I still wore makeup to work, and I like heard him like playing around. Like it sounded like he was just like, you know, rustling inside my like bed sheets, you know. And so I'm like, what are you doing? Like I thought he was just getting like the zoomies. So I like stood up and I walked over to him, and literally he drops a mouse and it scurries under my pillow and like behind my bed, and I like couldn't find it, and I was pissed. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like seriously kidding. It is 5 in the morning and you're literally doing that right now. Awesome. Yeah, I told my maintenance people that like the cat has caught like 2 mice so far in the last like 2, what is it, 2 years? Was it, when did that happen? That couldn't have been 2 years ago. Maybe it was. Or was it last year? We caught it on live the one time. But anyways, when they came in for their like, they spray for like bugs and stuff, and that's just what they do like twice a year. And I don't know, the conversation came up and I was like, yeah, I mean, no real issues. I mean, the cat caught a mouse. And he goes, oh. And I said, yeah, like there was a mouse twice here. I said, I think honestly we still have one because I hear it like in the walls. He goes, yeah, that's pretty common. These buildings are pretty old. He goes, but like, you know, your apartment isn't dirty. It's just, it's cold out. And I was like, thanks. Thanks for telling me that there's really nothing I can do about it. But I mean, it was a really cute mouse. He was adorable. It was like one of those like field like kangaroo mice. They were so cute. And then the last time he caught it, I like started crying because he did it in front of me and I didn't want him to hurt it. So I like grabbed him and like he dropped it, and then I lost it again, and I felt bad because, you know, all his hard work and it ran away. But then I found it again and I put it in a little Amazon box and let it go outside, like further away from the apartment, because I just felt bad. But I don't know if Tub heard it, because he was like clamped down on it the first time, and I was like, get it out, you know. Like I didn't want him to kill a mouse while I was home. That would be so sad. Like, I know it's in his nature, but I don't want to be around for it. Yeah, it's just every once in a while, just one comes free, and it's like Tom and Jerry shit. Yep. It's just, I literally can't let a mouse die. Like, they're not causing issues, you know. He just comes inside every once in a while, and, you know, try and let him go again. But yeah, for those of you guys who weren't around last year, I had been saying like there's a mouse. Like I just like I knew it, because the way the cat was like reacting, like I just like he knew, right? So I'm like, there's a mouse. And Scott was like, there's not a mouse. He's just, you know, he's hearing things, whatever. And like across like a couple weeks, he went from like trying to get in my closet to like staring at like underneath the door where like the hot water heater is, and then he was like, you know, sniffing and staring underneath the fridge. So it was like moving closer to like my desk area, right? And so this one morning I get out and I come out here to work, and I see that like all the stuff that I have, a lot of like bins and drawers and stuff under my desk, and a lot of stuff is like stacked. So like if the cat were to like climb on it, they'd like topple over, you know? And so that's kind of what I walked out to the one day, and a mouse wasn't in my mind. It was like, there's a bug, you know, the cat was trying to catch a bug. And so the whole day I sat with my legs curled up under me because I was like, I don't know what's under my desk, but something was under my desk, you know? And so then I'm live. It was like sometime in the afternoon, and I'm on TikTok and I'm talking to everyone about it, and all of a sudden Toby's like ass up trying to get behind something under my desk. And so I stop what I'm doing and I like reposition my camera, and I'm like, let's just see. So I start moving some stuff, and all of a sudden this little mouse scurries, and I go because no part of me ever expected to catch it on camera, you know what I mean? Obviously I never expected to catch it on live either. We couldn't find it, it ran away somewhere, but I had video proof that there was indeed a mouse in our apartment, and Scott didn't believe the cat. So when Scott picked me up from work, like when he was done with work, we still went on our like little Starbucks dates. I pull out my phone and I said, there's a mouse, there's a mouse. So we went to Ace Hardware and we got one of those like no kill ones, the ones that have like the door but like they can't get back out kind of thing, and then it's like a little rectangle. And so we got 2 of them, and we put one like kind of near my desk against a wall, and then the other one was like in the closet because we kind of thought he might have run by the closet by the door. And so like, you know, we hadn't seen anything the rest of the night, didn't know if we would, and I'm showered at this point. I'm like sitting on my bed, towel on my head, and Scott's still like out here in the living room, and I hear him go, oh no, tub, no, drop it. And so I come running out, and Scott stands up and he's holding this mouse by his tail, and he's like, you're such a good hunter, kitty. And I'm like, see, he knows what he's doing. He might be out of practice because it's been many years since he's had to catch a mouse, but like, he knows what he's doing. So he got some good praises that night. But yeah, we really hadn't seen any until like this year. It was earlier this year. I was sitting here at my desk on the phone with my friends, like Kayla, Ashley, everyone. And I don't think Panda was on the phone because Panda would have hung up because she can't deal with having Gus's in the house. And I'm sitting and I hear like the cat's like, we have like fake hardwood floors, right? So I hear him with his nails like across like the floor, you know, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I turn around and I just see this little go right under, like next to me, underneath my glitter drawers. And Toby's like, you know, trying to get underneath, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna get stuck. So I put Toby away and I put my phone on the floor with my flashlight, and the girls are on the phone and they're like, I see it, it's all the way in the back. So yeah, Toby tried to, you know, he did wind up catching that one, but I made him let it go because I simply just literally couldn't deal with him catching a mouse in front of me. And eventually I found it again and put it in a box and let it go outside. But, you know, this one actually turned out better than I was expecting. I think it just really needed, like, the dots and stuff. And, of course, they'll dry down a little bit more, but I like how that looked. Still got some time. Now, I don't really know what color palette I want to do for this one. I really don't know. Like, we could do like a melony, like pink, orange, or we could do more of like a fall color palette, or we could go beach. I don't know. So I'm kind of gatekeeping my small pots right now, Cynthia. Sorry. They're really hard to find and there's not many of them. They're not like they're not in a store. Oh, that's pretty too. Yeah, I'm like, should we do beach? I don't know. I'll probably tell you guys eventually though, but at least for right now, I'm keeping it to myself for a little bit longer. I won't be able to keep it forever, I'm sure. They did require a lot of work though. Like I had to prep these and paint them and, you know, do some stuff, so. The only thing with the beach tools is I don't have any mini tools, so that might be hard to fill in the blanks. That's my only issue with that, which I guess we could, oh, we could do bubbles, right? Me? Oh yeah, I've been okay driving for a couple days. Once they cleared up the roads and stuff, you know. There's been a couple parking lots that have been a little sketchy, but what tool am I missing? Oh, we're missing the, we probably won't use that tool anyway, so it's fine. They are. But I wasn't sure about this part, so I bought a special sealant and sealed it up real good, just in case. But this part is, yeah. They're 4 inches, I believe. Little starfish. Yeah, starfish. Little Patricks. They're kind of hard to find. They take a lot of looking. I will say they're a little more expensive than I want them to be, though. Uh-huh. Yes, you can. Rock and roll the tools. Probably gonna do, we're gonna use a light blue color eventually. Don't know what color I want to do a seashell though. Because I'll use this color for bubbles, like a light blue. I did. Part of me wants to do purple, like a light purple, but I don't know. These are my footprints at the beach tools. I'm missing one currently because I misplaced it, but they come with feet, and mine's a mishmash of tools because, you know, it comes with feet, a seashell, another seashell, a starfish, a plumeria, a sand dollar, and there actually should be a hibiscus, but it's somewhere here. I don't know where it is, but. Let's see. Let's do. This color might be a little old, but you know. This was my first, me and Dory, this was our first, like, what's the term, themed tool set that we ever came out with. It was a Footprints at the Beach set. And then it kind of made way for all the other themed ones. Oh, I didn't put enough paint on that tool. Check out my website. You can find these tools and more under the 3D printed creative dotting tools. I do. We've got like 30 plus sets of dotting tools at this point. We're going to be hitting our 2-year anniversary of selling tools here this year. And it is going to be my 5-year dot-iversary in March. Oh, so cool. Yeah, the hibiscus tool is probably just somewhere up with the rest of my tools. I just never put it back. Or it might be in, I don't know. I have tools in like multiple different places right now because I am really bad at putting them back. Yeah, we're on the Tubi. I can say what I want on here, which is nice. I still don't understand how Deb can get away with all of it. I honestly truly think it has to do with the clicks, the number of clicks on the website. Because I know, like, you know, you guys know how much I direct you guys to different places while I'm live. I just have a feeling that they just knew. They knew that even if I wasn't saying anything, they knew that I was somehow directing you guys elsewhere. My 5-year dot-iversary is March 7th. Our two-year tool-iversary, is March 6th. So it's coming up. Can't believe it's been that long. So I know I've kind of talked about it before, but since this year is kind of a big year for not only like me and my business for 5 years, but also me and Dory for 2 years doing the tools together, we're doing something special. Now, obviously, it'll probably be on or around one of those dates. The details aren't hammered out yet, but one of the thing that we've been talking about is releasing a mystery tool set. Now, this tool set will be released later this year. It's just the mystery set will be a mystery and will remain a mystery, and whoever chooses to be part of the mystery will have that tool set before everyone else, basically. And I know for a fact you guys are gonna like the tool set. I'm just not telling you guys what it is, so you'll have to take the chance on the mystery or wait until we actually release them later on in the year and you know what it is. I feel like part of the fun is it being a mystery. I don't know. It could be a set you guys have already seen me use before, or it could be a completely different set that you've never seen but you guys have been asking for. You won't know until you see it, I guess. I will say that if you purchase the mystery set, you can't talk about it until most people have received it, because I don't want the surprise to be ruined. Kind of like the mystery box for Kayla, the glitter box. You can't talk about it until everybody gets it, kind of thing. That's how it'll be with the mystery tool set. I'm making bubbles right now, if anybody's confused. I know surprises aren't for everyone, but I still think it'll be fun. Yeah, we should bring bingo back. It's been a while. This definitely is a tool set that you guys have been wanting. I'm pretty sure is the one we're gonna go with. I don't know for sure, but I know you guys know me. I'm not one to just do like anything that's like a throwaway, you know what I mean? I'm not one to just sell something just to get the bag, if you know what I mean. Even my mystery ornament sale, like there's no bad ornament in the sale, even though it's a mystery. So same thing with the mystery tool set. It's not a throwaway set. It'll be just released later on. Right? Listen, the pizza star has become a coveted ornament. Just saying. You want to be part of the pizza star, the very exclusive pizza star family. No. I feel like I've heard about it though. Is it a card game? Oh yeah, I forgot you guys don't all know who is who on here yet. Oh, really? You've already got it done? I love it. Are there any new words this year? I haven't really paid attention to the JGrondz-isms. I know what won't be on the bingo card, though. Because I know I don't ask you guys if anyone's counting anymore. Not usually. Sometimes I do, but it's not really part of my vocab these days. For any of the YouTube people who are like, bingo, what? We play bingo every once in a while. Just for fun. It's more of like a bragging rights kind of thing. Just an added little thing to my live. So basically someone, and it's not me anymore because the first time we did it I found myself accidentally censoring what I said. So now one of the Dot Fam members, or Paula, she'll make the bingo card, but it's a bingo card. You print out a plain bingo card, and there's a list of words and or phrases or things that are pretty regular in my life, like things that I say or things that might happen, like Scott sneezing or something. And we just carry on the live as normal. And if I say like, oh, it's fine, or just kidding, or, you know, something like that, that'll usually be on the bingo card because I say those words like all the time. And Scott sneezes at least once every live, you know, things like that. So the more that you watch, the better you will know like which words will probably be said and which ones won't. And so it's just bragging rights. Whoever comes up with bingo first wins, and we just keep going till the end of the live. But the live carries on as normal. I have my normal conversations with everyone. Sometimes they'll try and like get me to say certain words. They'll try and cheat. But it's pretty fun. I think it's fun anyways. I don't know. But yeah, mostly it's just bragging rights if you win bingo. I do sometimes say that. Well, you try and sway the conversation. This pot is so much smaller that I'm like, I used to put other things on this, but I don't really think I can. So those are bubbles. I mean, we could probably do some small, what's it called? Sand dollars. True. I think that dotting tool's too big. So a lot of the times I have a hand in the design idea, but I have partnered up with another small business who does the 3D printing designs, and her and I kind of work together. She like makes and prints them, and then she'll send them to me, and I store and sell and market and handle, you know, everything else. So it's a nice little partnership we have going on. I forgot what I was doing for a second. I was like, what are these white dots? They're gonna be little sand dollars. So I don't want to do like a billion of them, but we'll do some. Yeah, it started off with like, you know, basic dotting tools, and now it's like 30 some different ones. No baby starfish. I like them too. I just can't see myself doing a ton of them. I only have 8. And one of them has a little chip on the bottom, so I don't even know if I'm going to use it. Like, I'm sure it's fine, but I don't know. Quality control kind of bothers me. And it's annoying because it was the other blue one that I had. Like, I can't tell if it was chipped in transit or if that's like just like kind of like the glaze didn't catch it, but I mean, I know it could be the back, but it still bothers me. No, I had to order these. What else should we put in here? I don't want to just all do bubbles. Like, I feel like we need to do other things too. Decisions. I mean, I guess we could do little fishies. What else? There's not really room for seaweed. Just sand in it for the rest. I don't think there's room for jellyfish either. Like, they've got to be little small things. A snail? I don't know. Oh! Okay, the next green one is going to be a sea turtle, I've decided. It's not prepped though, so we can't do that tonight. Yeah, anything that I do has to be like teeny tiny. So like, I don't trust myself trying to make this teeny tiny because I can barely, I can barely do it. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna all be bubbles and they'll have like a little, like a swoosh and they'll be sparkly. I don't know, maybe we just do sand. Sparkly sand. I think the last time I did a beachy pot, I got annoyed because lots of teeny tiny micro dots and stuff. I think that's why I only did like one of them. And it was one of the larger ones too. That's fine. There's a bingo word. Hey, what is up, my guy? So my sister finally started watching The Pit, and she actually is more ahead of me now because I haven't started the new season yet. And yesterday when I was on the phone with her, she was like, I think she was on like episode like 11 or something. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, because being from Pittsburgh, even though it doesn't really like seem like Pittsburgh, like, but they'll talk about places that I recognize. And so there was a certain episode that happened towards the end of the last season, and I was like, just wait until I said has, all I said was has like the pit episode happened yet? And she goes, I don't know. And I said, well, you'd know if it happened. And so I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but those of you guys who have watched it, you know what I mean. So she texted me earlier and she was like, holy shit, this is legit. And I was like, I know, isn't it crazy? She's like, wow, that is insane. It's a really good show. It's not like your typical Grey's Anatomy medical drama. It's a lot different, but it's very good. Hold on, Paula texted me. Oh. No, Paula, that set already came out. I thought she was trying to guess the mystery set. Aren't they? My sister, she's going over my aunts to watch Bridgerton because they're in. My aunt and my cousin are into it. I haven't watched that show. Good night, Linda. Sweet dreams. I was trying to say sweet dreams, and sleep tight at the same time. Do what is a sample design? Mm-hmm. Slowly but surely. We're probably not going to finish this one tonight. I can just tell. I feel like there's still a lot of little bits to do. No, he doesn't watch it. I usually watch it like while I'm painting. Panda gives me access to her account, although I think you can watch it on Prime now too. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. Yeah, I might discount it. Nope, but I did put that set in your box. It's one of the sets that you're getting. The C set. I believe the Starburst set, the C set, and the Geo set are in your box, as well as the other sets that you don't have yet. I think I got them all, or most of them anyways. You've got a big box full of lots of things. I feel like a lot of the stuff you know, but there are, I think, some random little surprises in there. So hopefully everything comes in one piece. And hopefully it actually makes it out of the US this time. I have a geometric set. So basically it's outlines of things. So, there's a heart that's supposed to be in, oh, here it is. Anyway, so they make outlines of certain shapes. I've been using the heart a lot for the Valentine's Day things. Well, so here's the thing. It's kind of like a Christmas box in a way, because it's, you know, the first thing I've sent Paula since, you know, I don't know. I send Paula, you know, a big box of things a few times a year. And this one I started putting together around Christmas time, but, you know, I don't usually send it very quickly because she'll add stuff to it and get stuff sent to me so I can put it in that box. And, you know, then it's, oh, well, like, I want this too, you know what I mean? So it just kind of sits and we just add to it. And so by the time it finally gets packed up, it's, you know, 10 pounds of random, lots of stuff, tools, wood blanks, you know, paint brushes, usually, you know, random stuff. So, it also has, like, she ordered some merch, so there's a few t-shirts in there. And I mean, this is how I pay Paula, because she won't let me actually pay her for her amazing services. She gets a free subscription to VIP, and I send her a box of goodies a few times a year. And I don't let her pay for international shipping because, you know, she shouldn't have to pay for anything. That's how I pay her. But yeah, so usually whatever she wants gets in there, and then I'll stick a few extra things in there for her. And just a whole box of goodies. There's probably a 3D printed cow in there, I think. So what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow is a TikTok. Oh, I know. Her accent is so cute. I love it. Tomorrow night is TikTok. So 9:30 to midnight on TikTok. And we'll be there trying to do live as normal, unless, you know, they start fucking around again. If for some reason you guys, like, literally can't find me, and they might be hiding me from you. That's one of the things that we've noticed, is that you have to, like, actually search for my account to see if I'm live. It won't exactly tell you that I'm live unless you look for me. So if you exhaust all options trying to find me, we might have one over here, but we're gonna at least start on TikTok tomorrow. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of her. Whenever, you know, the US decides to, or they start, not the US, but, you know, well, whenever the UK decides they want to ship to the US again, but I have a feeling you're gonna have to just bring it with you. Yeah, we're gonna sleep in too. I think my sister wants to go out to lunch, but the plan is to sleep in because I've got to get up early on Sunday for VIP. So, oh yeah, that's smart. Look on your inbox. Yeah, little 3D printed Highland cow. Pretty sure that made it into your box. I mean, I hope it did. I did throw it in there originally. So I'm sure he's just kind of chilling inside, like, you know, the bunches of tissue paper and packing stuff. I try my best. Oh, paint booger. Rude. I know, they're so cute. There might be 2 in there, I don't know. So you might be able to give one to your granddaughter. Oh, she got her teeth pulled. How's she doing? She looks like a little chipmunk right now. It's starting to come together. Lots of micro dots are in my future tomorrow, but at least everything will be dry so we can, like, you know, add some glitter top dots and things to the bubbles and the purple seashells. Those kind of look like little boobies right there. The other night they look like boobies on something. What's with it? Aw, yeah, all the soft. She's gonna be living off soft food. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I was like loving the fact that I could eat like ice cream and stuff all the time. It was funny. My sister was absolutely miserable. We both got our wisdom teeth out at the same time. She was absolutely miserable for the first couple days, and like after a couple hours, I was like, I'm good. I mean, I was swollen, but you know, I was like walking around, going up and downstairs. My mom was like, sit still. You're gonna fall over. Ugh, yeah. I went to my appointment in January just to like see where my wisdom teeth were, and he was like, yeah, I mean, they're here, like you need them out like ASAP. And I was like, okay. I probably maybe this year, who knows. Thanks. So I think mine paid for part of it. Well, it depends, I think. I think I mean, obviously I think it depends insurance to insurance, but if they are impacted or partially impacted, that makes it not as much of a, that makes it like not an elective surgery. You know, if your wisdom teeth aren't causing problems and you just want to get them out and stuff, then I don't think insurance covers it or covers as much. But if the term impacted or partial impaction is on the sheet, they will cover more of it. So I didn't get like obviously treatment, but I did go and get x-rays, which I know are pretty damn expensive, and I only had to pay $133 or something, which I mean is still a lot, but dental insurance doesn't cover shit. So I feel like that was still pretty decent for like fancy mouth x-rays. Well, I mean, her stuff like isn't. I mean, it's stuff that I do, but at least her patterns aren't mine, which is slightly reassuring to me. But no, my feelings are a little hurt still about the whole thing. Yeah. I got my bottom ones out when I was like in high school, like graduated high school, so I was still on mommy and daddy's insurance. And then my two top ones, they weren't grown in yet, and they were like, yeah, just wait another 4 years. That was when I was like 17. And they just started coming in this year, and I'm 31. So that's cool. And I was kind of just hoping they'd kind of grow in without any trouble. And like for the most part, they like kind of are. Like I mean, I was in pain for a little bit, but now I'm like fine again. But they're like coming in sideways. So like I'm gonna start looking like a chipmunk. It's gonna start like, you know, bothering my cheeks and, you know, that kind of stuff. So like they definitely like shouldn't stay in kind of thing. Because he was like, yeah, I mean, even if they're not hurting you, like just the direction they're growing in, like you're gonna have a lot of problems, and they're gonna be really hard to clean, and you can get an infection and like all sorts of stuff. So yeah. Right? You're like, where did the time go? I mean, I guess at this point, what can I say? I have good ideas, you know? Yeah, I just, you know, it's not on my bingo card it wasn't on my 2025, 2026 bingo card to have to get wisdom teeth out, so, um, you know, I know that it's gonna be a little pricey, I'm sure, and they won't even give me a quote unless I, like, commit and, like, schedule, the appointment, which I have a lot going on. I don't really have time for that right now. So like they couldn't even give me an estimate about how much my insurance would cover, which kind of sucks. So like the lady was like giving me such a hard time when I was asking, and then she was like, well, you have insurance, right? And I said, yeah, like I'm on my fiance's insurance. She just looks at me, she's like, you're on your fiance's insurance? Like, how does that work? And I was like, I don't know, like we've been together for so long, and I don't know, like I'm allowed, like I'm not sure, like I just am. Like I'm not really sure. I was like, we haven't had to use it for like anything crazy yet, so like I don't know what all it covers. Good night, Sue. And at one point, like, she kind of was like shitty, and I said, listen, I'm not on mommy and daddy's insurance anymore. I have real adult things I need to pay for. I want to know how much it is, because I might need to save some money. I don't want to have a giant medical bill if I could wait, you know, a little longer, kind of thing. Ugh. Listen, I'm already experiencing random stuff like that. Like, I bent down to get a bottle of water and stood up, and I walked into the bedroom, and like my whole freaking back was cramping up, and I had to like lay on the bed, and I was like, what is this? What is happening to me? Need to stretch before getting a freaking bottle of water. What is this shit? All right, so this is where we're gonna end for tonight. We'll pick this back up tomorrow night at 9:30 over on TikTok. Hopefully things go okay over there and we don't have to move platforms in the middle of the live. But here's what we got done tonight. So we finished that one, so I need to like varnish it and stuff. And then this was the first one. This was the second one. And this is the third one. So we'll finish this one up tomorrow, and I don't know, I'm not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow. Unsure. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a wonderful rest of your night and a wonderful most of your Friday until 9:30. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Good night.